the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100, New York.
We can go down the list, Crystal. We can go down the accolades, but
Grammy Awards.
we can do all that.
Millions of
need
records
to?
sold.
Do we really? All we need to say is that she is home. The smile is big. It's Alicia Keys in the
Hey!
studio.
Good morning.
Good morning,
And
everybody.
all smiles on the leg of your tour.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us.
Well, it's home sweet home. You know, we got to do something extra special for the hometown.
There it goes.
How are
There it
you
goes.
feeling?
I'm feeling so good. It's first of all, it's the summer. You know, nothing better than the summer. On tour with the Keys to the Summer Tour, which is just going so incredibly well. In Brooklyn at the Barclays tonight,
Yeah.
so that's going to be crazy. This is my first 360 show, so it's really an experience I've never had before.
Where do you look when you're talking 360? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because there are people that are rocking behind you
This
at
is a
times.
fact.
And you want to show them love. And are there certain downbeats on a song where you're just like, fire? That's what I love. Like, where do you look?
You know what? I think like putting the show together, that was probably the most disorienting part.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, how can I make sure I'm getting everywhere I need to be? And where is the center? Like,
Yeah.
where's the front? There is no front. That's actually what makes it so amazing. Everywhere is the front. Everywhere has a front row seat. And I think people are really enjoying that, the way
tapped in.
that connection is. But figuring out how to be and where to be took a little bit of time. Now I feel like I got it.
Yeah.
I'm over here for these songs. I'm over here for these songs. I'm over here. And I think it's actually fresh for the people, too, because you can technically come see the show 3 different times and
Yeah.
you'll never see it exactly the same way because you're seeing from a different vantage point.
For
So
real, for real.
I think it's fresh. So, but I was definitely trying to figure out, is this the moment? Where are we?
Well, the only thing that I'm worried about is we've been seeing so many people throw things on stage and
Okay, I
throw them
heard-
at artists.
I heard about this the other day.
This has been happening for your whole career, I could imagine. No? Like
Nobody's
throwing
throwing
things on
nothing at
stage?
me.
No phones?
No, they know better.
Nobody.
Never?
I mean, maybe some flowers.
Oh, good.
Maybe some like,
Yeah.
they number. I've gotten numbers thrown, but definitely not. Mm-mm.
How would you react?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like if somebody threw. First of all, why would you throw your phone? Don't you need your phone? Like,
Fact.
Well, they want the selfie. They want the intimate video of you with it.
okay, they wanted to throw the phone so you could pick it up,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but don't throw it at the person
No,
though.
that's foolish.
Was
Right?
that a
Misdirected.
mistake?
Come on,
That was a
that's-
mistake.
That was.
And they wanted to deeply apologize. For
Well, I
however-
don't think that phones are going to be thrown on
No,
stage for
no.
your Broadway show, Hell's
Hey,
Kitchen.
that's
this
what I'm talking
November.
about.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. This is crazy.
What do those words mean to you, Hell's Kitchen?
Oh, Hell's Kitchen is everything to me. As y'all know, born and raised in
Yes.
New York, and the place where I grew up was called Hell's Kitchen,
Yep.
and it's like the 42nd Street, Broadway, 10th and 11th Avenues, which were the grimiest blocks on the.
Are you
on the
Are you
street.
smelling those smells right now as you explain
Funky.
it? You see it. You
It's
see it in your
so
yeah.
funky. The piss is
Oh,
impeccable.
no.
It's part of it.
All right.
It's what makes
It's still
it
there.
Hell's
It's still there.
Kitchen.
The smells are still
It's-
there, even though it's cleaner.
Right.
On that
It's
side.
a smidge cleaner now, but so yeah, but Hell's Kitchen was really, really such a big impact
Yeah.
for me, and it's such a special place of the city. It's a very unique kind of place within the city because you have, 11th Avenue, which was, drugs, prostitutes, pimps, and then you had Broadway, which was like, possibility, art, theater, and so I think being able to be surrounded by all of that is a big indicator why I'm the artist that I am.
To put on for your city, to rep in every single lyric, every single note across the globe.
Hey.
What does that mean? Not only for you here, but your son is in the room too. To know that the blood, it's everybody feels it, touches it, tastes it. What does that mean to you to be that artist that puts on for your city?
It's amazing. I mean, to be able to, you don't realize that how much your city impacts you until you can see how it gives you this different energy. And I know growing up in New York made me just a different type of person, woman, artist, human, the whole thing. And yes, my son Yaya is in the building. He's an artist. And to be able to just see how that energy is able to keep touching people. And it don't really matter where you're from. It's more about the fact that you can connect and relate to people, and that these songs really, obviously the songs are what bring us together. So we could be in Paris, we could be in Saudi Arabia, we could be in, Africa, we can be anywhere in Europe, and the songs connect back, and that feels like unexplainable.
God,
Unexplainable.
I'm getting goosebumps hearing her say. I mean, but that's what a beautiful songwriter does. It
Yeah.
finds the way to connect who you are to the rest of the world.
And I've heard that when you've had to pick, like, what do you love more, being an artist or a mother? You said being a mom.
Oh, yeah.
And you've also said that the most rewarding part of being a mom is seeing your kids be better at you than something.
Oh man,
What
like
is
yesterday when
something-
we went bowling and I couldn't
Get a
even
bowling
keep
car,
the
yeah,
ball
you
straight.
got me,
Like, dang, what's going on? He's getting strikes all over the place, and I can't stop getting gutter balls. And so then they looking at me like, "Ma, we're gonna need you to like tune in. Like, I need you to get right. I need you to get. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just here to make y'all look good.
That's my role.
That's what I'm here to do. I'm here
That's
to
what
build
I'm
your confidence.
But no, it's you said it. The apple doesn't fall far. I mean, you've got an amazing young man in the room here. We've got Egypt on the piano, who you just recently, you and the family shared that video. Just watching your family thrive. What does that mean to you? I mean, if you were to put that on the list of accolades, the pride that's up there with winning all the awards and doing the things that you do, but seeing your family succeed.
I mean, that's the most important thing. That's all that even matters. I wouldn't even be able to succeed if they weren't good. You know what I mean? I think about that so much. And for us to have a strong family unit, that's the only way that we can all succeed. So that's the most important thing. So to me, it trumps everything. It trumps any other award or accolade or anything. That is the most important thing, for us to be healthy, for us to be strong, for us to be supporting each other, for us to be encouraging each other. I mean, just the other day, Yaya and Egypt were in the dressing room, and I guess after the show, Egypt came up with like I think that's what you're referring to, because Swiss posted it.
Yeah.
And Yaya's like writing to it, and Egypt's playing the melody on the piano. It's like
How
it's like
fun is that for
organic.
you? That's got to be fun, right? It's amazing, he says.
And he's ready. He's like, and then someone else came in and was like, "Ooh," because Tierra Whack came to the show and she started like dropping some verses on. He was like, "Nah, this one's mine.
This
song.
is my song.
Mine."
Bianca, I don't need people on this version. You know what I mean? We'll get to you later.
Livianca's doing great on the show, by the way, opening for the whole tour. She's incredible. What a special artist. I love being able to just bring out so many great individuals.
Well, you really put women on so much. I love how passionate you are about inspiring women. Your organization, She Is the Music.
Yes.
Let's talk about that, because that's something so important that we need more of.
It is. She Is the Music is such a beautiful thing. It's basically about giving more women a seat at the table. An Annenberg study happened that basically showed the percentages of women at the table in producer roles, engineer roles, and even, believe it or not, songwriting. When we know a decent amount of women songwriters, and it's low. It's like 20% of 100%. Engineers 2%, producers 3%.
Same in radio. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's low.
It's
It's not right, you know. And so the idea of She Is the Music is for everyone across the industry, no matter what you do. You could be a lawyer, business manager, photographer, radio personality. You can be an entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, producer, writer, artist, and you are able to kind of create a network where you can find other people that's like you. So we do mentorships for artists, who's aspiring, call it aspiring lawyers, aspiring whatever you have. We have mentorships where people in those positions mentor younger artists or women who are looking to do that. A lot of times you don't even know how to get in the door.
Facts.
Like, how do you get? How do I get in there?
Yeah, really.
Who's gonna let me inside of that door? So and we also do songwriting camps, and we also have an amazing database. So sheisthemusic.org. Definitely sign up. And men and women are all a part of this, because obviously we have to support each other. Male artists will host songwriting camps. Male executives will be more conscious about who they're hiring. And so all of these things are starting to make a shift. We just did a documentary that debuted in Tribeca Film Festival called Uncharted. It follows about 12 of these women during a songwriting camp. And it's amazing. Like, you can't believe you see them writing songs, you see them kind of going through their daily worlds. It's pretty fresh.
What's it going to mean to you when you see those young women who have taken that opportunity to step up to the plate, and taken full advantage to be in the industry, to own the parts of who they are, to pursue this? succeed, to one day hit the stage
Yeah.
and say on that Grammy Award stage or
Yeah.
that American Music Award
Alicia
stage.
help me. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? I mean, there's so many women that are a part of this. It's not just me. It wouldn't be able to work if it was just me, and I think that's the most beautiful thing about it.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like this idea of mentorship, this idea of somebody, somebody that you can connect with, people that you can connect with is the most important thing, because a lot of times you don't have someone you can talk to. You don't have somebody you can connect with. You don't know how can you relate to people that are doing similar things to you, right? So I think that's the freshest part. And when people are able to say, like, I had this mentorship or I had this platform, and then I was able to, have these opportunities come from it, that's it.
That's it.
I've heard you talk about when you were writing your book, More Myself. Oprah was that mentor for you.
Right.
What? I mean,
Yes.
she's like one of the ultimate for me.
Right.
What is something that Oprah taught you that you will never forget?
I thought you were going to ask what was Oprah's phone number. I,
Right.
No, I
thought you was going that way. I was like,
I don't
go ahead,
think we're
Crystal.
there yet.
I know, she's pretty. I mean, she feels like somebody, even when you don't know her, she feels like such a person that you can trust, and you appreciate that she's so honest and genuine and really for the people. And she was one of the first people that ever showed me that you could be successful and be like a good person.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of times you see a lot of very successful people, and I don't know, their integrity is
kinda
questionable.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they
They're
how
doing
they
some
treat
dastardly
people
things.
is the worst. You know what I mean? So, and you sometimes for a second get it confused, like you have to be some type of terrible person to succeed, or shrewd. They get this idea you have to be a shrewd business person. It's like no. You can actually not. You can be a great person and a successful person.
You are that person for so many people, men, women, young, old, like you said, all those different places, countries, cities that you've touched foot, that your family has been able to, experience along with you. And just thank you for being so open with the lyrics, being so humble with the accolades, being so vulnerable, being so,
Thank
you know what I'm
you.
saying, swag on stage.
Yes.
Being
Talk about the swag on stage. Let's tune into the swag on stage.
Being that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that
Knowing
took
how
a
to-
lot of time. You said that it was just in your recent years that you learned self-worth.
Right.
What was that moment like for you?
I don't know if it's one moment exactly, but I do think over time you do start recognizing, like, if you're not going to value yourself, nobody is.
Yes.
Nobody. If you're not saying, no, this is important to me, I have to make sure I'm good to myself, or I have to take care of myself in this way, or I have to do a little bit more of this for me, which a lot of times we feel so guilty about. We feel like if you're doing something for yourself, you're like, somehow that's not a good thing, which even when I say it out loud, it doesn't make sense. But we get like that inside. We feel like we're supposed to give everything away. And especially as women, we feel like we're supposed to give everything away to everyone else, and we forget to hold on to pieces of ourselves. But all of us do this. And so to kind of start to realize, and also who's in your space, like who are you allowing in your space? This is a valuable space you occupy. And if you're just letting anybody into it, what does that say too? So that's what I was doing for a long time in regards to like people with energies that were just not matching my frequency or matching what I want to give to the world. And I would excuse it because, we had a past, or we had a history or whatever. And finally I started to realize that, you gotta surround yourself with what you want, the energy that you want to represent. And it's hard. It's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy, but when I started to put that type of level on it for myself, I really could make some choices that made things much better for me.
Man.
Well, I know that you meditate, you read yoga, but you must have a guilty pleasure. Like, do you watch some like trash TV? Is there anything you're like, this
What's on at the
doesn't feed
crib?
my soul, but I love it?
All right.
right.
Housewives-ing it up. You know what I'm saying? We already know bowling ain't the thing.
Right. Come on, I'm supposed to be good at bowling. I don't know. My guilty pleasure is bread and carbs and pasta.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Just
tell
give me
about
some
it.
bread, carbs, pasta. I just want bread with salt and oil, and I want to dip it in the salt and the oil.
There we
I just
go.
want to eat it. And I want it to be warm and very fluffy.
Same.
That's what I want.
It's so hard to stay away from that. What do you do? How do you deter it? Just
All
get
right. I also like French fries. I was telling Yaya, I like French fries. Don't. I'm sure I'm gonna see this show up on Twitter. I want French fries and honey.
Let's try that.
All right.
Crystal.
Are you
Let's
into
go.
it?
I'm
Questionable?
into it. Yeah.
He's
Questionable.
into it.
Yeah.
Yaya's not sold. He's not sold by it. But he did say, what was the thing you said? It was kind of like, it was something sweet.
Yeah, French
Okay.
fries and a Frosty.
Oh,
All right, French.
Yes,
It's like a French fry and Frosty. So don't be over there hating me because I want French fries and honey.
And you
Okay?
request it?
I love it. It's just salty with the honey. I can't eat it all the time, but that's my guilty
That's your
pleasure.
pleasure.
I mean,
Dude,
That's all I wanted to
listen.
know.
all right.
Before we get up out of here, I want to give Yaya, if you don't mind, man, I want to ask one final question. How proud are you of your mom, of the family unit, of all that you all get to do?
You
How?
gotta come get on this mic.
Yeah, come on, hop on the mic. Come on,
you
fam.
gotta get
Come on.
used to this mic because he's gonna be
Here we
at
go.
this station
Yeah,
showing you
you're
all
gonna be
his
here soon,
songs.
man. So how proud are you of the woman who was beside you here, man?
Extremely proud. I've been traveling and seeing her shows for a while. It's just growth.
Yes.
This one is crazy. Y'all are in for something tonight.
Hey, that's what's
Yeah.
up.
Hey,
man.
that's my guy right
my
there.
family right there.
On the 360 stage
Yeah.
tonight at Barclays. Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
for
you
your
too.
spirit, for your talent, for
Oh my
sharing it with
gosh.
the world, for putting New York on your back,
It's
for doing
my
it for
blessing.
women, for doing it
Yes.
for moms.
It's Alicia Keys.
Alicia
damn it.
Yeah,
Keys.
tonight. Keys to the summer. Let's go.
From the top of the Empire State Building.